love is half as good. You know I wished I would. Come and sit with me. Come and sit with me.
This is the weekly forecast reading for the week of 20th to 26th of June 2016. We're going to start with love and partnerships and then move on to your general forecast reading. For love and partnerships, I was only going to select one card from Doreen Virtue's deck, but three of them popped out at once in a neat little group, and I knew those three were meant to be the card. So the first card that came up is the card of passion. It's not surprising considering there's a full moon on the 21st, I think, in Sagittarius, and it is something of a passionate moon, I think. So you're definitely going to feel your passion stirred this week in one way or another, whether it's for the person you're with or about the person you're with or for a new person or for some aspect of your partnership or relationship. You're going to be feeling passionate. There's no two things about it. That energy is definitely about. Then the second card that comes up is the one that says keep an open mind. So you're probably going to be presented with something this week that's going to need you to keep that open mind, to have a broader mind. Your partner might say or do or present you with something which is going to take you back a little, but keep that mind open. It's important. It's needed. So this full moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarians are those guys that kind of fly out there and just do stuff and think afterwards. It's going to be that kind of energy. So it's going to be off the cuff, fast, quick. It's going to happen. And because it's full moon, I think there's a kind of a culmination happening here, or a full bloom of something as such. But not to get a shock, not to get a fright, not to instantly react, just to keep an open mind. And if you're looking for someone new, you're going to have those passions stirred, and once again to keep an open mind, because possibly someone is going to suddenly, very suddenly appear in front of you. It's going to give you a little bit of a start, and your perhaps first instinct is going to be to back off completely because this is not your type. It's that Sagittarian energy as such. But to keep an open mind, wait, because there might be something interesting here, because the final card that comes up says it's safe for you to love. The saying on the card is open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I'm thinking this is quite a high vibration of, call it love, call it affection, call it passion for this person. They're going to bring that into your life. So if you're with somebody and they do something quite unexpectedly in the heat of the moment, obviously on a more positive note we're talking, yeah, you know, they suddenly say, let's go on a holiday, and it's quite unlike them to do something like that. Keep an open mind. Whoa, wait. Keep that open mind and go with it, because it's possibly a good thing for you to be doing in your partnership and relationship. And if someone brand new comes into your life and they really don't fit into the normal costume or mold or idea of who you normally have, and they seem to be very outgoing or very different, keep that open mind, because this person could be bringing in an entirely new energy into your relationships and your life. Now, I picked a guidance card for this because this was, well, I thought quite interesting, my favorite word, yeah. And it said patience. Greet each moment with endurance and presence of mind. So what it is saying here is, don't just make instantaneous decisions, or instantaneous judgments is more what I'm looking at saying. Back off a little, have a little bit of patience, think about it first, presence of mind, those words, and then decide, maybe I should go for it, or maybe we should do this, or maybe we can compromise a little, but think first, before that instant reaction of no, or definitely not. Think a little bit first. There's something in this energy this week that could change things hugely for you. Don't just back off immediately. Now onto your general forecast, and the first card that comes up is that of the sacred pool. The last few years, last 4 years, 5 years, with those Mars, Uranus, T-squares, with the full moons, with the eclipses, basically most of us, if not all of us, have been going through some pretty trying times. It was the point of the exercise, But in the process, you've come up against yourself a hell of a lot. This would be in the situations you've been thrown in, the people you've been thrown up against. And one tends to get more and more self-judgmental in the process because you feel like you're just not measuring up to what life is throwing at you. Now, this Sacred Pool card is saying, stop a moment. Look in the mirror, look deep inside yourself and realize that you have been doing ninja training. Seriously, we have been doing that. And it's not easy. It's huge trials. And you've actually been doing really, really well. The fact that you're sitting here watching this video, looking for guidance, looking for the best path forward in your life after everything that has happened is a true indication of the fact that well done. You are doing well. Despite the things that may not have measured up to what you wanted to or expected to, despite the times that you may have done and said things you're not particularly proud of, you are doing well. You are far better than what you think you are. Much, much better than what you think you are. And the place that you're in, the person you are now, is far greater than you realize. It really is. So take the time to realize that and recognize that. Because this week you'll also be given an opportunity to circumnavigate an obstacle. Something that has been in all of our lives, that has been a major stepping stone we cannot seem to step over. This week you will find a way of stepping around it. And it's probably going to be quite a surprise because all this time you've been trying to get over and it's been a major obstacle and you're finally thinking, how on earth will you get past it when out of the blue you'll be presented with some way of just moving around it. Keep an eye for that because you will be presented with it this week. Because I think the final outcome of this whole full moon and this week is that of metamorphosis. You're changing, you are transforming, you are evolving. As always with metamorphosis, it is not an entirely comfortable process. You are that butterfly emerging from the cocoon, as this so nicely illustrates this card. Understand that that last bit before you pop out of the cocoon is probably the most uncomfortable part of it, but it's brief. You will be moving into that new version, season, leg of the journey of you very soon, if not already. So just grin and bear it this last little bit and know that you're going to overcome a major obstacle this week. Now your guidance is that of Eliminate and Volcano. This is two, well, I would call them polarized actions here. The elimination says you know what needs to go from your life. It could just be an attitude. I have an idea for a good deal of you. 50% of you is an attitude. It's something that is out. You've outgrown it. It's old. It's worn out. It no longer plays a part in your life. It's an old story or pattern that you've replayed so many times that it's finished. Take it and ditch it. Cut it off at its root. Get rid of it. For another 50% of you, this is a lifestyle. It's somebody. It's something you do. And you know it's time. You know it's time, it's got to go. You know you can't move forward if you don't make that move. And the Eliminate card is quite a sharp cut-off. This is not I'll give myself 3 months to gradually ease myself out of this situation. It's not going to happen like that. The Volcano card is a little bit of a caution that there is volatile energy around this week. With full moons, there's always volatile energy. They come with the territory. And this one, I think, is particularly volatile. This card is saying it's been building up. That volcano bursts, that cork flies loose. Be careful of that. You can use this energy passionately. You can see the two lovers actually embracing in the top of the clouds of that volcano. So that's where passion can come into it again. You can use it creatively for something you're passionate about. Be wary of using it just to explode and to lose your cool because you're frustrated and angry and hurt and disappointed. That's, well, really just not a route you want to be using at this time. If you need that final push to move your life onto that road that you've wanted to for so long, but you haven't had the guts to do the final move, this week will give you the guts to do that. Right, if you would like a personal reading so we can see what this means in your particular life, then you can contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching this.
This is half as good. You know I think you should come and sit with me. Come and sit with me, 'cause I'm afraid to die. And float with me like an angel. Fall in love with me, overdo it. Float with me like an angel. Fall in love with me, overdo it. My love is half as good. You know I wished I would. Come and sit with me. Come and sit with me.